Have fun with everything that happens, and do not disappoint yourself from your seat of control. Make sure you remain appointed to be the one in charge of your dream, your vision, your reality. And the idea is that as soon as you take action as best as you can, you will have the help you need, even though it may not necessarily come from the directions that your mind expects it should. So, close the doors on the idea of the expectation and open the doors to the unknown, and allow the help to come from unexpected directions. That will be the most surprising, the most fun, the most inventive, and the most creative, and just know it will come that way. But you must be on about the business of actually taking action on the things that excite you to the best of your ability. If you make a contact or an attempt at a connection to someone and they do not respond, then that is not an obstacle. It's an arrow telling you you need to move in another direction. Okay. So do it. Don't look at it. Don't define it as an obstacle. Keep moving in whatever direction you are capable of acting on your excitement in. That's the whole point. Even by what you may perceive as their ignoring of you, they're actually giving you a sign saying, don't go this way, go this way. This is you, not this way. This is the way to find you. Then, when you're in a different state, if there is a purpose and a reason for you to be in touch with them, synchronicity will make sure it is so. But don't wait for that because of your expectations of what you think it must happen like. Move on whatever way you can. Express your true excitement in whatever way you are capable of doing at every single moment, and that will be the thread that will lead to all other moments that need to happen in your excitement and to allow you to continue to expand in that direction. Use your imagination to apply what inspires you in whatever particular creative expression you wish. When we say perfect, all of you are perfect in whatever version you are being of yourselves at this moment. We understand, if I may digress for just one moment, the idea of always continuing to expand and grow and improve yourselves. And I understand that you may feel that you are more expanded or better than you were a moment ago in the very next moment of your lives. But it isn't really better, it's just different. The idea is that at every moment, whatever you are is absolutely a perfect version of whatever you are at that moment. And by knowing that you are a perfect version of that, that paradoxically is actually the state of being that allows you to become something more. It's when you divest yourself of your own sense of worth that you actually stay longer where you are until you get the point. To know yourself as fully as you can is to recognize you already contain everything your mind wants, but doesn't know it has. Self-revelation. When you are yourself, the payoff is your reality actually already contains everything that your experientially segregated mind thinks it needs to work for to get. The idea is that you are already a complete kit. You already contain all the things your life needs to support you in all the possible ways that abundance can support you, that excitement can support you, that creativity can support you, that love can support you. You already have it all. You already contain it all. It's just that your mind, playing the separation game, doesn't recognize that. By being yourself as full as you can, what you come into the awareness of, and what the payoff is, so to speak, for being yourself in the here and now, living in the moment completely, is that you suddenly recognize that your reality already contains all the things you need. And they can start to manifest and show themselves to you because they're not out there, they're right here. They're part of you. They're just reflections of you. And when you are in the proper state to see those reflections, remember, you cannot perceive what you are not the vibration of. When you are the proper vibration that knows you already contain everything you need, then your reality can reflect that to you through the course of synchronistic manifestation. The converse of the idea, you cannot experience what you are not the vibration of, is whatever you are the vibration of is determinal what you will experience. And you are on that level in order to experience. Because anytime you have resistance to your natural self, as you know, even in physical terms, resistance causes friction, which causes heat. Anytime you have a vibration that is far off of a vibrational state that is, in a sense, more representative of your ideal state, and you put the two together in some kind of comparative action, you will feel the difference between the two vibrations, and sometimes that can translate in a variety of ways. It can translate as an illness, a sickness, a physiological kind of discomfort, or the idea of heat or temperature changes. A variety of kinds of interpretations can occur.
The idea is that existence is very slightly biased in the direction of positive energy because there's a balance point between the two poles, because existence is not really a duality, it's a trinity. There's always a balance point between the two, and a balance point between the two still allows you the freedom to choose what you prefer, which means, in a sense, and I'm only using these percentages arbitrarily, but you get the point. You could say existence is 51% positive and 49% negative. And of course you can recognize that you may prefer, because existence leans that way. In other words, you're more in alignment with existence on the positive side than you are on the negative side. So you can recognize that you may prefer the idea of the way certain realities vibrate, more in accord with the true nature of your essence. But again, it still doesn't mean you have to invalidate the one that you don't prefer, because many times the one you don't prefer has still gotten you to the point of choosing the one that you do. So you can use negative energies, negative realities in a positive way, just as you can use positive realities in a negative way. It all comes down to how you use the way existence is structured, use its nature for your own purposes, and the awareness to know why you chose that, as opposed to choosing something else. But why invalidate the stepping stone that brought you to this realization? Realize it doesn't have to have that limited definition that you're imposing on it, preventing other forms of abundance to come into your life. Just start exploring all the definitions and allow yourself to buy into the ones that allow you to feel lighter and more relaxed, so you can go with your flow, in the realization that your flow knows exactly where you need to go, so that you can understand how to change your definition of surrender from a lack of control to a control that is automatically built into you. The idea is to take the path of least resistance no matter how it looks, and not to necessarily block anything that would actually be the path of least resistance for you, just because you don't wish it to be so. So the idea is to pay attention more deeply to the synchronicity that comes into your life. If you are clear within your relationship to your belief systems, synchronicity will show you what the path of least resistance for you actually is that will work. So do not judge, do not invalidate anything. Allow yourself to let synchronicity show you, by bringing you the opportunities you are available to act on as the path of least resistance, and at the same time recognizing that negative synchronicity can also serve a positive purpose by preventing you from going down a path that is not yours at this time. It takes great honesty within the self to understand the reason why you are asking for something to happen in a certain way, because it can very quickly go into insistence and avoidance of what is actually going on within your own belief system, and what is going on within the fear-based beliefs that you may be holding on to, insisting that it has to happen in what you typically call a more spiritual way, when in fact there is nothing that is not spiritual about any path in physical reality if it is truly in alignment and your path of least resistance. So again, it takes great honesty in investigating the self to know the reasons why you may or may not be choosing a particular path. Just continue, see where it leads you, and then maybe you won't be quite so sure and you will just go with the flow. So continue with it and see what happens. That's all you need to do for now.